What if I told you the difference between a $50,000 stadium and a $5 billion arena isn't just money, it's philosophy? From rusting bleachers shaking under Sunday crowds to retractable roof coliseums powered by AI, stadiums reveal how humanity builds its dreams in steel and concrete. Each level tells a story of ambition, technology, and ego. Some crumble under the weight of time, others rise as cathedrals of spectacle. So today, we're climbing through 7 levels of stadium design, from the bare-bones bleachers of community fields to billion-dollar architectural statements that redefine entire cities. Because in the modern era, stadiums aren't just places to watch games, they're machines of money, pride, and identity. And by the end of this video, you'll see how the world's obsession with bigger and better has transformed sports into one of the most powerful engines of urban evolution. We start at the bottom, level 1, the bleacher age. No roof, no luxury, just metal benches, a scoreboard that flickers when it rains, and a smell of hot dogs mixed with engine oil from the parking lot. These are stadiums that cost less than a high school gym. They're built for function, not fame. A few rows of steel and concrete serving communities, not corporation. But here's the thing. These humble grounds often carry more soul than billion-dollar arenas ever could. They don't rely on screens or pyrotechnics, just human energy. Think of Wrigley Field before modernization, or Brazil's neighborhood pitches packed with passion but zero safety codes. Architecturally, these places are primitive, open air, low capacity, and structurally exposed. Yet they're where the DNA of sports design was born. Every echo, every roar, every creaking seat, all part of the raw symphony that modern architects now try to recreate artificially. Because you can upgrade technology, but you can't replicate authentic emotion. Next comes level 2, the fortress era. The world starts to get serious about crowd control, durability, and, most importantly, profit. This was the age of the concrete coliseum, where safety codes and scale replaced simplicity. From the 1950s through the 1980s, teams wanted something permanent, structures that screamed authority. We're talking about San Siro in Milan, Maracanã in Rio, or the old Wembley, all built to dominate skylines and nations alike. But there's a dark side to this level. These fortresses weren't designed for fan comfort, they were monuments to control. Narrow stairways, obstructed views, and concrete seating that baked under the sun. They reflected an era when fans were seen as masses to be managed, not guests to be entertained. Yet these stadiums became holy ground, where legends were born and history was written in sweat and concrete dust. It was raw, brutal, and beautiful. But soon, the world demanded more, and the next level would transform stadiums from fortresses into theatres of experience. Welcome to level 3, the theatre of dreams. This is where the cold concrete fortresses of the past began to breathe. The 1990s and early 2000s sparked a design revolution. Stadiums weren't just for watching anymore, they were built for feeling. Every curve, every stairway, every echoing chant became part of a carefully choreographed performance. Architects stopped building shells and started crafting experiences. They studied acoustics like composers, sightlines like cinematographers, and circulation like stage directors. Old Trafford, Camp Nou, Anfield, San Siro, these became modern-day cathedrals, each designed to trap noise, magnify emotion, and make even the cheapest seat feel close to immortality. The steel skeletons of the past were replaced with sculpted tiers that made 80,000 fans feel like one living organism. Lighting was no longer an afterthought. It became drama itself. Golden glows before kickoff, deep blues after defeat. From the locker room tunnel to the nosebleeds, everything was storytelling. Because this was the era when sports stopped being an event and became theatre. And for millions of fans across the world, the stadium was no longer just a venue. It was a sacred stage where human passion met architectural poetry. Welcome to level 4, the urban catalyst. This is where stadiums stopped standing alone and started reshaping entire cities. The era of the isolated sports ground was over. Suddenly, every mayor, developer, and billionaire owner realized something powerful. Build a stadium, and you can build an economy around it. Look at London's Olympic Park, Munich's Allianz Arena, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, or Tottenham's Northumberland project. Each one wasn't just a venue, it was a spark that ignited entire districts, hotels, train stations, restaurants, apartment towers, all orbiting around the gravitational pull of matchday energy. The goal wasn't just to host fans for 2 hours, it was to keep them spending for 24. Retail zones, entertainment hubs, even co-working spaces crept into the stadium blueprint. The walls blurred between sport, commerce and urban life. But behind the buzzwords like revitalisation and innovation lurked something colder: profit. Public money poured in, private investors cashed out, and entire neighbourhoods were redesigned around the promise of spectacle. At this level, the stadium evolved into something more than architecture. It became a city within a city, pulsing with ambition, controversy, and unstoppable economic force. Welcome to Level 5, the Smart Stadium. This is where steel meets silicon, and the game itself becomes data. Gone are the days of flickering scoreboards and static floodlights. Modern arenas are now digital organisms, alive with sensors, screens and algorithms. Every seat, every turnstile, every camera is part of an invisible nervous system that learns, adapts and responds in real time. Take the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's not just a venue, it's a computer disguised as concrete. Its retractable pitch hides a full NFL field beneath. Its beer taps pour 2 pints every 5 seconds. Sync to mobile payments that track your habits down to the brand of chips you buy. Crowd movement is analysed live. AI regulates temperature, air quality, and even the rhythm of crowd lighting during chants. From your phone, you can order food, watch replays, or locate the fastest exit. These stadiums are no longer designed just for fans. They're designed for data. Every cheer becomes a data point, every movement a metric. It's immersive, efficient, profitable, but it also raises a haunting question. When the stadium becomes this intelligent, who's really in control? The fans or the algorithm running the show? Welcome to Level 6, the sustainability era. The moment stadiums finally looked up from profit and started worrying about the planet beneath their feet. For decades, sports arenas were environmental nightmares. Steel monsters devouring energy and spewing waste. But now, the world's most ambitious architects are rewriting that legacy. This is the era of zero-carbon coliseums and eco-engineered arenas, where every beam, panel and pipe must justify its footprint. Take Forest Green Rovers Eco Park, a football stadium made almost entirely of wood. Or Qatar's Stadium 974, constructed from recycled shipping containers and dismantled after the World Cup like an architectural ghost ship. Meanwhile, Amsterdam Arena captures solar energy. Tottenham harvests rainwater and SoFi filters its air through living plant walls. These designs prove that sustainability isn't a constraint. It's the new creative frontier. The roofs shimmer with solar panels. The seats are made from ocean plastics. Even the lighting adapts to real-time energy demand. But here's the irony. Green innovation isn't cheap. The more sustainable a stadium becomes, the higher the price tag climbs. It's a moral balancing act. Can you build responsibly without bankrupting the dream itself? Welcome to Level 7, the billion-dollar arena, the peak of human engineering, the temple where architecture, technology and ego collide. These aren't stadiums anymore, they're superstructures. Think SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, or the upcoming Neom Stadium rising from the Saudi desert. Each one costs more than an airport, houses more tech than a spaceship, and feels less like a sports venue, and more like a simulation. Underneath the glass and LED lies a full-scale ecosystem, retractable roofs, AI-driven crowd control, holographic entertainment, and climate-regulated domes that make even desert heat feel like springtime. Massive 360-degree screens wrap around entire arena, turning every match into a live cinematic event. Luxury suites resemble 5-star hotels, while underground tunnels move players, chefs and VIPs in seamless, unseen choreography. It's breathtaking, it's efficient, it's excess perfected. Yet behind the spectacle lies the paradox. The higher we climb, the more we lose the soul of where it all began. From rusted bleachers filled with heart to billion-dollar cathedrals powered by code, stadiums now mirror us perfectly. Smarter, shinier, pricier, but maybe, just maybe, a little less human. From the echoing bleachers of forgotten fields to billion-dollar palaces glowing against city skylines, the stadium has always been more than just a place to watch. It's a reflection of who we are, our ambitions, our contradictions, our obsession with scale, spectacle and control. We started with rust and rivets, people building with hands, not machines. Back then, fans brought the atmosphere. The noise came from lungs, not speakers. Now, we engineer emotion. We design the raw. We simulate passion through pixels and algorithms. Some call that progress. Others call it a tragedy disguised as innovation. Because with every level we climb, from community bleachers to AI-powered coliseums, we drift a little further from the chaos that made sport human. We've turned tribal chants into curated soundtracks and civic pride into corporate branding. And yet, there's something undeniable about the beauty of it all. A billion-dollar arena, glowing like a spaceship, rising from the desert. It's proof of our species' audacity to dream. But maybe the real question isn't how far stadiums can go. It's how much humanity we're willing to trade to get there. Because for every SoFi or Allegiant that dazzles the world, there's a forgotten field rusting somewhere. Its concrete cracked, its grass overgrown, but its echoes still alive. The ghosts of the bleacher age never really left. They're reminders that no matter how advanced we become, the soul of sport doesn't live in architecture. It lives in the people who fill it. And maybe, one day, when the next level arrives, when stadiums float or breathe or exist entirely in the metaverse, we'll look back at this moment and realize something profound. The future of stadiums isn't about building higher. It's about remembering what we almost left behind. Because in the end, the true arena has never been made of steel, glass, or code. It's been made of us.